Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some more troubling news out of Russia's alleged weapons advancements. And I want to say alleged because, like with many things involving Russia, you have absolutely no idea what is true, what is not true. But they have allegedly tested a potentially world ending nuclear torpedo. And this thing is scary as hell if it is real. And again, I'm going to say that loud and clear. If it is real, it is bad, bad, bad news. Is it real? We're going to break it all down, what it allegedly can do, what it's all capable of, all that good stuff. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. It's totally free. Costs you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge, huge, huge boost to the channel. Comment below. What do you think about Russia's latest alleged super weapon? They're trying to make a bunch of super weapons to change the tide of this situation and their status in the world, if you will. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that notifications bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Send me any information or tips you have, or just reach out and say hello. I love talking with you all. You guys are the best viewers on YouTube. Now let's get into it. So as we know, Russia, as the war in Ukraine just continues to be as horrific and terrible as it possibly can be, and as NATO and Russia continue to go after each other, violating airspace, all of that stuff, Russia is setting out to develop super weapons. Now, the Russian economy is in a bad spot. The Russian military has been revealed to not be nearly as strong as it alleged it was, as it tried to scare the world. So one of the tactics Vladimir Putin has is he fundamentally believes he can create super weapons that will then turn the tide of the war, that will then turn the deterrence factors, if you will, of the Russian Federation. He's building a total of 6 of these super weapons, if you will. The two biggest ones that seem to scare people the most that they've attempted to put into circulation are the nuke-powered cruise missile that can carry a nuclear warhead, and then, of course, this new one, the torpedo, that allegedly could end the whole world, potentially create nuke tsunamis. It's like science fiction level stuff here, to be quite frank with you. So now Russia claims that this torpedo, which goes by the call sign Poseidon, is active, successfully tested, and will now soon be entering service within the United States. I almost said the United States, within Russia's military. This comes from NBC News. Let's throw this on the screen. It says, Russian President Vladimir Putin. Oh, I should say I'm filming this on October 29th. So all information in this video is up to date as of October 29th. These are very fluid situations, so you guys know how this goes. Things can change by the minute, the hour, the day, the week. Filming this on October 29th. All information up to date to then. It says Russian President Vladimir Putin said on Wednesday that Russia had tested a Poseidon nuclear capable super torpedo, that it had been a great success. There are few confirmed details about the Poseidon in the public domain, but it is essentially an autonomous nuke-capable torpedo, which is capable of triggering radioactive ocean swells to render coastal cities uninhabitable. Putin, drinking tea with Russian soldiers wounded in the Ukraine war at a hospital in Moscow, said that the test had taken place on Tuesday. For the first time, we managed not only to launch it with a launch engine from a carrier submarine, but also to launch the nuclear-capable unit on which this device passed a certain amount of time. Putin said there's nothing like it. This is a huge success, Putin said, adding that the power of the Poseidon exceeded the Sarmat intercontinental missile known as the SSX-29, or simply Satan II. The Poseidon's power significantly exceeds the power of even our most promising Sarmat intercontinental range missiles, Putin said. Putin last week held a nuclear launch drill and on Sunday announced that Russia had successfully tested its nuclear-powered these Russian names, you know how they get me, cruise missile, a nuclear-capable weapon, Moscow says, can pierce any defense shield. Since first announcing the Poseidon and the Burvanestnik in 2018, Putin has cast them as responses to moves by the United States to build a missile defense shield after Washington in 2001 unilaterally withdrew from the 1972 Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty and to enlarge the NATO military alliance. So they are saying they have tested this torpedo, this nuke torpedo that would make the oceans radioactive, would kill everything, would kill everyone in the coastal cities, irradiate the world, end life on Earth as we know it. They are now saying this torpedo is live and ready to be used. So we have some comments here from Putin with subtitles. Let's watch this now.
Вы должны это знать. Вчера провели еще одно испытание, еще одного перспективного комплекса. Это подводный, безэкипажный подводное изделие «Посейдон», тоже с ядерной энергетической установкой. Нам впервые удалось не только стартовым двигателем запустить его с подводной лодки-носителя, но и запустить атомную энергетическую установку, на которой этот аппарат прошел определенное количество времени. Это огромный успех, потому что, кроме всех преимуществ, о которых я говорил в отношении буревестника, здесь тоже минимальные размеры. Здесь, если там в 1000 раз меньше, чем атомный реактор на подводной лодке, здесь в 100 раз меньше, чем атомный реактор на подводной лодке. Но зато мощность Посейдона.
So again, I want to make it clear here, everyone, that we can't trust a thing this guy says. I'm going to throw this up on the screen now. Do not trust a word Putin says. But if this is true, obviously being able to irradiate the entire oceans and wipe out America's coastlines would be huge. But the question is, how much of this is science fiction or wishful thinking on the part of the Russians? And then how much of this is actually true? So this is a graphic that explains a little bit. It says Putin says Russia successfully test Poseidon nuclear capable doomsday torpedo capable of triggering radioactive tsunamis, rendering coastal cities uninhabitable. It says Poseidon underwater drone launched from world's largest sub, 65-foot doomsday nuke torpedo remotely guided to coastal target at 150 miles per hour, 100 megaton warhead detonated, triggering 1,600-foot tsunami of radioactive seawater. That's what they're alleging this thing can do. So right here, I'm going to put this up on the screen. There's some more details. It says the Poseidon, previously known by Russian codename Status 6, is an autonomous nuclear-powered unmanned underwater vehicle reportedly in production by Rubin Design Bureau, capable of delivering both conventional and nuclear warheads. The Poseidon is one of 6 new Russian nuclear weapons announced by Russian President Vladimir Putin on March 1st, 2018. We have some photos of it here. That was supposed to be a video that's not up. Another video. So this is it. This is the alleged torpedo, nuke torpedo. That's the propulsion system in the back. And then if we go down here, it says the development also includes the use of stealth technology to elude acoustic tracking devices. Poseidon uses a silent running strategy like other submarines. Its main stealth feature is very low speed before it reaches the target area. Its high-speed mode activates upon reaching a short finish range when the probability of detection of the drone is considerably higher. It could travel for weeks towards enemy port cities, reaching high speed only in the final stages. Here we go. It says facts. In 2022, Russian domestic TV said Poseidon would be able to plunge Britain into the depths of the sea. According to Russian claims, the Poseidon torpedo may initiate a 500-meter high tsunami. Various sources disregard these claims by pointing out the difference between a potential wave generated by a weapon and a natural occurring tsunami. Large tsunamis are usually directed along one path, whereas an undersea explosion causes a wave to spread 360 degrees. So that's what we know about this missile. So that is the nuke torpedo, which Russia is now claiming they have. Again, if it's true, it's terrifying as all hell. The question is it true, or is this more Russian BS? Well, I'm going to throw this on the screen. This is the nuke cruise missile, the Voronezhnik. It says the Burevestnik is a Russian low-flying nuke-powered, nuke-armed cruise missile under development of the Russian armed forces. So they claim they successfully tested this thing a few days ago. It can stay in the air for days, weeks, months, circling in a pattern, carrying a nuclear warhead, and then be targeted at the final moment. They said it flew in the air for 14,000 kilometers. This is a screenshot of an initial test launch in 2018. And then let me put this up on the screen. This is a Russian general talking about its capabilities.
Comrade Commander-in-Chief, yes, on the 21st of October, that test was carried out. The difference between that launch and the previous launches is that there was a multi-hour flight of that missile that traveled 14,000 kilometers, and that's not its limit. Right, it was powered by a nuclear propulsion engine, and the technical characteristics of the Burevestnik missile allow it to be used against protected sites anywhere. During the test flight of the missile, all the vertical and horizontal maneuvers were done that had been planned to demonstrate that this missile can overcome any defenses. 14,000 kilometers, right? Yes. And how long was it in flight? About 15 hours.
So 14,000 kilometers. It was in the air for 15 hours. These are the allegations the Russians are making. Again, I cannot stress this enough. They lie all the time, but here's pretty much the Russian model. They're terrible at everything. They have old, antiquated gear. They're not well-paid equipment. They're not well-paid soldiers. Their training is limited. They use old school stuff. And then every once in a blue moon, Russia will develop some actually super impressive tech. Now, is that what Russia did here? Did Russia all of a sudden develop a world-ending torpedo? I certainly hope not. And if they have it, are they dumb enough to use it? Because make no mistake about it, if Russia uses a nuke torpedo to wipe out America's West Coast or wipe out Japan or wipe out Britain, whatever, just pick a country. If it's a NATO country or the United States, we're going to respond with nukes of our own. We're going to wipe Russia off the face of the earth. It'll be horrific on scales you can't imagine. Like for those of us who recently watched House of Dynamite. So using it doesn't change anything. Because our ICBMs and our submarines with nukes and our air, and we got bombers that can carry nukes, it would immediately initiate a massive and overwhelming retaliatory nuclear strike. So I hope it's not real. They claim it is. Some experts say it is real. There's some indication the U.S. military believes it's real. I hope none of that's true. I certainly hope it's not real. If it is, we've got a big problem, but it doesn't really change the weight on the scales, if you will, because our nukes work perfectly fine and they will still wipe out Russia if necessary. That much I can guarantee you. But it is just the latest sign that the Russians are desperate to try to upgrade their military, and they're doing it with world-ending super weapons. So we will see if any video, any proof of this comes out. But for now, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about the world-ending torpedo? What do you think about this world-ending nuke? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are open. Reach out with any tips or information you have. Until we have more updates about what's going on, I'll see you all next time.